What's going on, everybody, and happy Friday. This is Royalty Crypto here, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a video review on the token CRV, aka Curve Finance, and this was actually a suggestion from one of my subscribers, so thank you for that. And guys, if you have any coins that you want me to do a video review on, please drop them in the comment section below, as I would be happy to do so. Just please make sure that they're at least over a $30 million market cap, because I'm not reviewing microcaps at this given time. But also, guys, I do want to talk about Bitcoin before we talk about CRV, because I do believe that Bitcoin is driving the entire altcoin market. So even if you're not holding Bitcoin personally, I do think that it is still very important to study the chart. So as you guys can see, Bitcoin is currently trading at 89,300. So we have had a bit of a correction in the past 2 days. And the reason for that correction, guys, is because we got rejected off of this very strong level of resistance over here at 93,000 to 96,000. So in my opinion, guys, this is a somewhat healthy move on the chart, as long as we can stay above about $86,000 and solidify yet another higher low in the short term. In my opinion, if we can solidify a higher low, whether it be at $86,000 or $89,000, there is a good chance that we will try to retest this resistance yet again and hopefully break towards at least $96,000 next time. So in my opinion, guys, this short-term chart is looking somewhat bullish, and we do have some short-term macro tailwinds coming next week with the potential rate cut, so it is very likely that we could break above this level, and if we do, there's a good chance we could pump back up to around the $100,000 range in the short term. So yeah, fingers crossed that that will happen, guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at Curve DAO. So if you guys are unfamiliar of what this token does, it is the native token for Curve Finance, which is a leading decentralized exchange which specializes in efficient stablecoin swaps with lower fees and slippage, and they utilize liquidity pools and an automated market maker to make that happen. CRV holders govern the protocol, as they are able to vote on proposals and earn staking rewards for providing liquidity, which makes it a core component of the DeFi ecosystem. So let's take a look at the chart. CRV is currently trading at about 39 cents, which makes it have a market cap of $550 million. It does have a fully diluted market cap of 1.17 billion, so you will be dealing with a little bit of inflation with this coin. However, thankfully, when you take a look at the token unlocks, we have gotten past basically the most dramatic inflationary period for this token. So now up until about 2029, we are dealing with inflation, but it is not nearly as bad as it was previously. And as you guys can see, we are around the yearly lows for this coin, and we are hitting about the same price levels that we hit back in March, when we had a lot of fear in the market regarding the tariff situation that was taking place at the time, and a lot of that fear is obviously resolved at this point. However, there is still a lot of fear in the crypto market because people kind of think that we are going into a bear market because it lines up with the 4-year halving cycle. But in my opinion, guys, I do not think that that is the right way to be looking at this market right now, as we have had a significant pullback already, and typically you should be buying into fear, and we are seeing a lot of fear right now, so that is what I'm doing personally. But with that being said, guys, if you are bullish on the Curve ecosystem, I do believe that this is a fantastic time to be accumulating. Not financial advice, of course, but I do think that there is a very good chance that we could push back up to around a $1.5 billion market cap for this coin, which would be about a 3x from here. And in fact, if we do go into a parabolic altcoin season sometime in 2026, I think that it's reasonable to believe that this coin could push as high as $5 billion market cap. So that would be about a 10x on your money from these levels. And if you're utilizing the staking protocols that they have on Curve Finance, you could actually be making up to 10% a year on CRV. So if I were holding this coin, I would certainly be utilizing this staking, because that would help improve your potential profit on this project dramatically. So do I think it's a good time to be buying altcoins like CRV? I actually do think it's a great time to be buying, because as you can see, we are still into fear on the CMC Fear and Greed Index. And as I mentioned before, it is best to take risks in the altcoin market when we are experiencing fear rather than greed. And of course, that is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this is just my opinion. So personally, guys, what I've been doing for the past 2 months is just dollar cost averaging back into strong altcoins that I think have a lot of potential. So basically, guys, every single week whenever we have red in the market, I am buying, and I plan on doing so until we return to around the neutral sentiment on the Fear and Greed Index. And I do expect that to be relatively soon. But regardless, even if it does take a couple of months for us to get back to neutral, I do think think that taking advantage of these significant discounts in the altcoin market will potentially reward you quite nicely in the coming months. But alright guys, I did want to take a look at one tweet from Lark Davis that I thought was very interesting, and shout out to him for this, of course. So we actually had 3 different trillion-dollar institutions opening up to crypto in a single week, and most of these actually happened on Monday. So as you guys can see here, we had the $11 trillion Vanguard opening access to crypto ETFs to its 50 million clients. We also had the $1.8 trillion company Bank of America recommending 4% portfolio allocations to crypto. And last but not least, we had the $12 trillion company Charles Schwab now allow its clients to buy spot crypto directly. Doesn't it seem just a bit odd that we had a correction at the beginning of this week and then we had these 3 massive institutions finally opening up to crypto? But in my opinion, guys, it makes perfect sense because we have seen so much fear in the crypto market and such a significant drop in just the past couple of months. And in my opinion, guys, it is very important to do your best to trade like an institution would, because when an institution sees that there is a lot of greed in the market, they tend to stay away from assets. But when they see that there's a lot of fear in the market, that is when they start making moves in accumulating these assets and also suggesting to their clients to start accumulating these assets as well. So sometimes it's important just to read between the lines and look at what these massive institutions are doing, because more often than not, if you're trading in line of what these massive institutions are doing, you will win in the long term. But alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys had a great week and have a fantastic weekend. I'll most definitely be making a video tomorrow. And last but not least, if you made it this far, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it greatly helps my channel, and I really do appreciate all of the support that I've been getting recently. But alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.